Making a splash in the arena of sports takes determination and passion. For one local surfer in the South African coastal town of Victoria Bay, riding the wave has led her to the top of the surfing world.
Surfing is one of the only times you stop thinking and everything is just reactional. It's almost like this instinctive feeling just comes out. You're almost like you lose complete control and you become completely dependent on what the environment is doing at the exact second. And then you adapt to every change that happens. Hey guys, I'm Bianca Betendag. I'm a professional surfer from Victoria Bay in South Africa, and this is my Africa.
She is the only South African female professional surfer on the world tour. And her skill has propelled her to consistently rank within the top 15 surfers on the tour.
At the moment we're in Victoria Bay, my humble abode. I live just a kilometer up the hill. Grabbed a cup of tea and I'm about to head out for my morning surf. When I was 12, my parents packed up and we moved from Cape Town. We got out of the city, got out of the craze, got out of the stress and everything, and we stayed in this house just here for a year with no TV, nothing. So we would spend more time in the water than outside. Depending on the tide, you choose either the slipway or the back rock. I like the fact that it's one of the most consistent waves in the world. I got into surfing at a very young age. My dad was a surfer throughout his life, and it was just natural that he would pass that on. I regard it as something I inherited, and it's one of my biggest loves today. So I got into surfing I think at the age of 6 or 7.
Her earliest childhood memories are of surf trips with the family.
I remember being early morning and my dad putting us on his shoulder and putting us in the car and strapping us up, and my mom on the passenger seat, and they had the map out and they were trying to decide which direction to go in, and we would set off and the sun would rise above the mountains here on the Garden Route, and I remember the whole adventure part of surfing. You know, it was always just an excuse to adventure, whether we're going an hour away, going to the local beach, or setting off for a trip. Boards on the roof, dogs in the back, brothers side by side.
At the age of 10, Bianca started competing locally.
I started as a young girl from South Africa without much expectation, but with a lot of ambition and passion. And I think that drove me to really give it a good shot.
Seven years later, her talent became her passport to the world. It led her to competitions in far-flung destinations across the globe. From France to Ecuador to Australia.
I started at the bottom of the qualifying series, and last year I ended in the top 5 of the world.
Shortboard or longboard?
Shortboard.
Channel Islands, JS or Firewire?
Channel Islands by miles.
Goofy or natural?
Goofy, for sure.
What does it take to be a world-class surfer?
Passion, resilience.
Top surf destination?
Fiji.
Fiji is just one of 10 countries she's travelled to in her pursuit of taking the top spot on the champion circuit.
During the year I would spend about 9 or 10 months on the road, of which we move every 3 weeks. So you're constantly on the move, you're living out of a suitcase. Your board bag is the most consistent part of your life.
While the ride is thrilling, the lifestyle can be testing. Being on tour means she spends 10 months of the year chasing the next wave.
The biggest challenge, especially within the last 6 years since I started traveling, it was, I think, being alone. Whether it's being alone overseas when you're traveling, different situations at airports, being left behind, coming too early, all sorts of, tricky situations you find yourself in an unfamiliar environment. But also being alone once you come back, where you've grown in one direction and other people have grown in a different. And I hope you feel tighter.
But during her 2 months of downtime a year, she comes home to find her balance. Home is where she participates in uniquely South African traditions, like making potjie, a local stew, on the beach with her brothers.
What do I do to unwind? My favorite thing is just to keep quiet. In an industry and in a world where there's so much information and so much criteria and opinion, everything always swirling around, just to come home, even coming home is already an unwinding or detaching. And to be here on the Garden Route is the extreme of that, So just to go somewhere where you don't see any person, whether you look right or left, and keep quiet and just observe and be thankful.
And while she makes her living amongst the waves, Africa is always calling.
My Africa is, in Afrikaans we say my hartsepunt. It's the diamond in my heart. A place of real beauty, If someone mentions the word Africa, I just blossom. It's so intertwined in my being that I feel like my whole life's ambition would be to benefit this place in some way. First through showing people that it's possible, I think, to reach a dream or to reach a goal, where a lot of the mentality here is oppressive, where it says your circumstances won't allow it, the opportunities aren't there, just to make people believe that that's all a lie, and you really can. If I had to dedicate my career to anything, it would be God's grace. But, I was a little blonde kid from Big Bay, with a big heart and a big passion and a big ambition, but it was definitely him that carried me all the way across.
Her personal goal? To put Africa on the global surfing map.
The dream in surfing specifically is to reach potential in the sense that I would think to end in the top 5 or top 3 within the next 3 years.